Have you ever wanted to fall and maybe break your legs or even die a couple times, then maybe fall some more just for fun? Well, fall structure is exactly what I just described. You may be thinking, why on earth would I want to do that? That's precisely why I'm recommending this game. This is one of these ideas that most would never consider creating. It's like Jump King if you play it on opposite day. A fall king of sorts. I actually think that many will fall in love with this game despite the inevitable pain and suffering they will experience. Hopefully you won't fall victim to the influence of the more rational facet of your mind, so that you can be free and heed the wonderful call of the void. If you've fallen for this propaganda, then you can find this game for free on Steam. The Enigma Machine is the surreal cyberpunk hellscape we've all been waiting for. If you think that artificial intelligence in your world has gotten bad, just wait until you see the existential horror that is the dreamscape. You may think that this is just an unnerving collection of dreams, but you can rest assured that this is something much worse. Just imagine what would happen if the lines between artificial intelligence and the human identity blurred to a point that the nature of reality as we know it was now in jeopardy. That's the kind of game that we're dealing with here. The Enigma Machine is actually the first entry in the Enigma trilogy, thus the foundation for the rest of the series is established through this game's mystifying narrative. If you're in the mood for a frightening introduction to a one-of-a-kind existential horror trilogy, the Enigma Machine is the perfect game for you. Have you ever wanted to take a walk through your favorite niche rock album? The New Flesh will let you do just that. While the consumption of human flesh may be frowned upon or even outlawed, not for us aliens but for the Earthlings, I assure you that the New Flesh is safe for human consumption. With that, I'll give you 3 reasons to play this game. 1. The music is excellent. All the tunes in The New Flesh are really eclectic and some are kind of trippy. You never really know what you're going to hear next. 2. The models, textures, and shaders you see in this game are awesome. The aesthetic of The New Flesh really sets it apart from other games that could be considered walking simulators. Last but not least, we have this ball pit filled with vomit that happens to be perfect for swimming and rocking out to cool music. That being said, The New Flesh is available for free on Steam. Not just a demo, it's actually the entire game. I hope you have fun with this hidden gem. Have you ever tried LSD Revamped? If not, now's your chance. LSD Revamped is a remake of LSD Dream Emulator, a PlayStation 1 game from 1998 filled with a slew of surreal dreamscapes inspired by the developer Osamu Sato's Dream Diary. LSD Dream Emulator was one of those games that managed to transcend genre while establishing a precedent for other developers that yearned for more surreal and experimental games. The movement and control scheme in this game are as atypical as the subject matter. Fortunately, LSD Revamped is highly customizable. There are even additional dreams to explore, with more features planned for future builds. LSD Revamped is maintained by a developer called Figglewants, so go follow them if you want updates or if you want to see their other projects. I'm not gonna lie, Hylix is a little weird, but I happen to like weird games. In fact, I'm of the opinion that gamers should play more weird games. Weird games expand our understanding of what a game should be, which in turn expands our understanding of what normal is. Hylix was made using unconventional techniques, presented with unconventional themes, and features unconventional gameplay. Game design conventions exist for a reason, but that does not mean they are sacrosanct. Video games, like any other form of creative expression, ought to be allowed to evolve and adapt to shifting circumstances, sentiments, and technology of our ever-changing societies and identities. That being said, I would highly recommend this game to anyone who wants to experience something really unique and broaden their horizons. Hylix is available on Steam and itch.io for just $3. Incarceration is what happens when WarioWare and vehicular absurdity crash into each other. Basically, you have committed a heinous crime using this automobile, and now you are doomed to rot in said automobile. The only way that you can escape this predicament is by completing a series of simple tasks, but the catch is that you must complete all of them from inside of your vehicle. If you fail to complete these tasks, then let's just say that your future is not going to be very bright. On the other hand, if you do manage to complete these tasks, then your future might be slightly less bleak. This wacky game was developed by Crayon and is available on itch.io. So I stumbled upon this mysterious MMO while sifting through my old PC files. It's just another casual first-person MMO if I remember correctly, but it seems like something is a little unusual about it. Maybe I should check the forums and see if anyone else is having issues. I guess I'll just keep playing and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? We'll do a little exploring, we'll do a little grinding, we'll do other obligatory MMORPG tasks. Okay, I've got a bad feeling about this place, but I mean, it's just a game, right? Anyway, this odd game is called Gorgon's Garden, and you can actually play it now because it's available for free on itch.io. I hope you enjoy this totally chill and casual MMO with no hidden horror themes to be found, at least as far as I know. A razor-sharp rhythm game called Hyperbeat won the Indie Vanguard Award at the Indie Game Awards. Here's why. Hyperbeat is an Osu-like, sporting a unique, sleek geometric aesthetic. This aesthetic is clean and readable, which works well with the complex collection of color-coded music charts. While your customizable character flies through countless rhythmic environments, you'll notice that each is paired with a beautiful backdrop. These backdrops are filled with abstract shapes and forms that pair well with the broad selection of surreal soundscapes. As you swim through the vast sea of eclectic songs, you may yearn for some slightly more stressful ones to test your skills. Fortunately, each track has 3 levels of difficulty that will confer new clothes and accessories on the player's custom character. You can use these accessories to make yourself look more stylish, or you can use them to impress the colorful cast of characters you'll meet along the way. Interactions with these characters are actually surprisingly nuanced, especially considering the rigid structures that they're comprised of. You may be inclined to skip the interactions, but I would encourage you to slow things down a bit. Hyperbeat is the kind of game that you need to take your time with. Rushing through just to get the achievements is bound to lessen the impact that it has on you. Developers clearly put a lot of love and care into the characters, and it shows to the depth of the dialogue. Games like this are bound to be a breath of fresh air for seasoned rhythm veterans and newcomers alike. Whether you're just looking for some synth-laden songs to vibe to, or you're looking for something deeper, Hyperbeat has got you covered. Hyperbeat was prudently developed by Alice Patino and Chancellor Wallen. The full game and soundtrack are both available on Steam for a reasonable price. Video Hole Episode 2 might be one of the most imaginative games I've played in years, and it was all made by just 3 people. This eccentric multi-genre game revolves around 3 quirky characters named Trevor, a conehead dude of sorts, Gabby, a silly pink bird that loves to rock out, and the Constable, an inquisitive fellow who's literally just half an avocado. Episode 2 expands on the original with more content, more thought-provoking dialogue, and last but not least, more absurdity. One thing I need to point out before anything else is the sheer amount of detail in this game. There are so many unique objects like movies, posters, albums, and much more. I would encourage anyone that plays to explore every nook and cranny of these environments. If you explore these nooks and crannies enough, you might actually manage to find a few tasty food recipes, courtesy of Daniela, one of the 3 creators of Video Hole. Speaking of nooks and crannies, the silly speech sounds in Video Hole are reminiscent of the iconic Animalese language spoken by villagers in the Animal Crossing series. The absurd sounds help accentuate Video Hole's playful and preposterous undertones. These cute characters will take you on a surprisingly emotional journey through a plethora of colorful and fantastical environments. I've always loved games that challenge my understanding of what a game is supposed to be, and Video Hole definitely scratches that itch. The cute cartoony visual style and peculiar personalities help make each section, while vastly different from one another, feel diegetic and coherent. Video Hole Episode 2 was developed by Jovisoft and is available on Steam and itch.io. A demo featuring our favorite conehead dude, Trevor, is available on Steam for free. Be sure to check it out if you're in the mood for something surreal and filled to the brim with personality. Apparently, the only hole that we really need is Video Hole Episode 1. Previously, I made a video about the sequel, Video Hole Episode 2. Now we're going to see where it all started. Before we start, it is absolutely necessary that we introduce ourselves to Vernon, the potted plant. He's really doing it. He is in fact growing, as all healthy plants should. Now that we've greeted Vernon, we'll spy on some unsuspecting minimum wage workers at this local video rental store. Hopefully these stores won't all close in the future because of some kind of hyper-convenient streaming service that completely capsizes the physical media market as we know it. But we all know that's not going to happen, right? Anyways, now we'll talk to some horses, then we'll talk to some more horses. Last but not least, we'll talk to the god of horses. You may be asking, what is the point of all this? Well, I'm going to let you all figure that out for yourselves. Video Hole Episode 1 was developed by Jofisoft and is available on Steam for $4, or you can get both episodes 1 and 2 for a discounted price in the Video Hole Complete bundle. Regardless, I hope you enjoy exploring the Video Hole.